Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. This video I just basically want to encourage anyone who feels like they have fallen off of their walk with God, anyone who feels betrayed by God, angry at God. Let them emotions out and speak to him. I know sometimes it can be hard when you feel like you're going through a lot of trials and tribulations and you feel like God isn't there, or you question God, or the strength of your relationship isn't the same, but it's never too late. Tell God what's on your heart. Even if you're mad at God for whatever reason and it's justifiable to you, speak to him about it. And in the end, you will realize it isn't his fault. But it's always good to just speak to him about how you're feeling and get his perspective on things. Just speak to him just like you would your friend. Just literally let out all your emotions. Don't be afraid of your emotions. Don't be afraid of being angry at God or anything. Just be completely honest, like heartfelt honest with God about whatever it is that you're facing. Because the truth is, a lot of the times we're angry at God for things that he doesn't actually have power over. For example, God cannot force relationship with us. He can't force us to do anything. He can only encourage us and lead us, but he can't actually force us to do anything. And I understand. Me recently, to be honest, my relationship with God has been so up and down because I've gone through a lot the last couple of years and I was so angry at God. Although he did warn me about these things, and I fell into these things because I guess I just didn't really trust myself. And yeah, I blamed God, and I still am trying to figure out based my whole relationship with him right now. It's hit a little bump on the road, but I know my Father, and it's never too late. It's never too late for you, and it's never too late for me. So this is just to encourage anybody just to let go of whatever you're going through, but process it with God. Be completely honest with your Abba, because he loves you and he wants to hear from you. And when I'm saying let it go, I mean let it out, as in speak to him about it. Like, for me, I went through so much, and he did warn me about different people and different situations that the enemy would throw at me. And the reason I couldn't trust myself is because I came out of another thing that he warned me, a relationship that he warned me about that was very abusive. And I just didn't have any trust for myself anymore. I couldn't trust that I'd make the right decision. I didn't even know if I could trust my hearing of God anymore. But again, as I taught you guys about the journaling, I had journaled and I had literally proof, years of proof of God's faithfulness in wanting to tell me and warn me, because that's the God that we serve. We serve a God that doesn't want to hide stuff from you. The word even says that he wants to reveal the mysteries to you. So yeah, he did warn me about the specific person I got with. And I remember being in such a good place, so, after that relationship, doing all the healing, and then as we do, we think, oh, I'm done now, I'm healed now, I'm good now, and I fell into another situation, and it just brought back a lot of trauma. A lot of unhealed things started to rise up in me, and then that was a door opening for a lot of things. And God warned me about, there's times when he's warned me about years before situations would occur, or months before, and it was just years of being stuck in a lot of warfare, if I'm honest. A lot of mental warfare, a lot of physical warfare. And I just got to a point where I was like, God, like, I do everything that you asked me to do. I pray, I fast, I do this, I do that. And it was like nothing was good enough. Nothing was breaking what I was going through. Nothing was setting me free. And I felt like day by day and year by year, I stopped trusting God. I became very hard-hearted towards him. And only, I would say, a lot more as of recent, my heart has been softening again. But it's still a work in process for me, because I am still kind of dealing with the things that I am. But thank God I've made so much progress. But it's still hard. And I know that a lot of people go through a lot of different trials and tribulations, and I know a lot of people can also feel guilt of not feeling that closeness with God anymore, feeling abandoned by God, feeling like you can't trust God, you know. Especially for me, God was my confidant. He was the only person I truly trusted, and I would speak to God about everything and anything. So to lose that, it really hurt, because he was the one person in this whole universe that I could trust, and I really questioned God. I still have questions now, but now I feel like I want to speak to God, whereas before I would ignore his nudges. I would just be so cold-hearted towards God, but I knew it was out of pain, because I would question God, like, God, why, you know, are you allowing me to go through this? In 2022, I cried from the beginning of the year until the end of the year. It was the most traumatic year for me. And then as the last years progressed, it was just the same turmoil, a lot of mental turmoil, a lot of anxiety, a lot of fear, you know, a lot of isolation, and I just really dealt with suicidal thoughts. I really dealt with just not wanting to be here anymore, you know, fighting my mind, fighting my body, feeling lonely, you know. And I really, really, really felt abandoned by God. But this is just an encouragement that even in those moments, speak to him. Try and speak to him. It can be a little things every day. Like, I would listen to worship music for a few minutes, or I would write to God how I feel on paper if I couldn't verbally say it. I wouldn't force myself, but I would take little steps here and there where I could to get closer to God. And even now, I still am a work in progress, but even in that, I really try and speak to God, and I even tell him, you know, God, I'm still angry at you, help me, soften my heart. And I truly believe he has, and he has started to. So to anybody who's going through trials and tribulations, again, it's never too late, but just know that whether you have a strong relationship with God or not, he wants to have a relationship with you, but also that we all can fall off. We can all go astray, but it's his love that always brings you back. And it's his heart towards you to come back. And in his own time, if you're not ready now, he will urge you when he knows that you're good and ready to receive him.